No, I'm constantly just like sitting at the edge of a bar being like, where is he? And he's never there.
Oh, so you're looking for the one.
Yeah.
See, I guess I don't
But then I'm
know.
also guarded and it's hard to find anybody. You know, I don't know. I also don't know how to date.
Well, I never really dated. Dates were not so fun to me. I just liked hanging out with people and having fun. That's what always comedians, because you're just joking around and you're smoking and you're drinking, and then, you know, you're laughing so hard, and next thing there's a in your mouth, and it's like,
what's going on? I literally, when I found this dog, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna continue a comedy career.
Yeah,
if I have this dog, because I have too much empathy, and I'm like out at spots. I'm like, I have to get home. To the dog.
That's how I am, and my husband's like, it's a dog, it's fine. I'm like, no, I got.
That's how it was before I had the dog, and now like people would be like, I can't have a dog, and I'd be like, it's a like chain it up outside. And now that I have one, I'm like, she has to be walked. I don't know what to tell you.
I know.
It's embarrassing. I used to sleep in. Now I wake up and I go like, she has to go to the bathroom. I have to get up.
I know.
It's humiliating.
Well, that's what having a kid is like, because people see other people with kids and think, oh, that's so hard. But when it's your own kid, it's like, I mean, it's still hard, but it's like you have some impulse to do it.
I am still working on that. The impulse.
The impulse. Why, you have kids? No, for your dog. Oh, right.
I know it's not the same, but
no, I think the impulse is stronger with a dog.
I've been battling this need, because I'll go, do I rather have a full night's sleep or clean up in the morning?
Right.
I've chosen.
And you have to do both.
I've cleaned it more. I've been like, no, I'm not doing it. I could hear our cat puking sometimes, and I'm just like, all right, I'll do it later.
Later's always better for me. Because right now I go like, sleep is so important.
Yes. No, it is. How are you going to clean stuff up if you're tired?
I won't. I've been looking around. I'm like, I'm not depressed. So what's going on with my house?
See, with me, I live with lesbians, so it's almost impossible. You can't do it later. They're like, you're neglecting your child.
Right,
so I almost have like I'm like living with DCS. You know what I mean? Like, because they're like constantly being like, you need to walk the dog more.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like,
I can't imagine having a wife. Like, I mean, the way that I treat my husband, I can't help it, by the way. It's just biological. Like, when I got married, I was like, I'm not going to be one of those wives, and I'm completely exactly the same as everybody else.
Can you pull this a little closer?
Sorry.
We never start.
What?
We never start. There's not going to be a moment where we go, welcome back.
No, I thought that. I was like, this is gold.
People, this is so relatable. This is the most relatable stuff I have.
I'm not going to come up with anything better than this, guys.
So you thought you were going to be like a cool wife. You were going to be like, oh, I'm not going to yell at my husband.
Yeah, no, but you just, because the husband, you know this, I'm sure, from the situation you're in with
I have two wives now.
Where it's like, morally, they're just better than you all the time, and you have to constantly be like struggling to keep up. And that's how I see my husband down there in the mud. I'm like, get out of the mud, honey.
No, truly, they're always like, you need to go to the doctor. I'm like, let me live my life. Yes. Like, I'm not going to get blood work done.
We all have told you that.
Yeah, but
we don't.
But they're really on it. They're really on it, being like, get your blood work done. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Hopefully nothing.
Yeah. Well,
why do you need your blood work done?
I don't know.
People want you to go to the doctor. Oh, I'm against doctors completely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm pro police. I'm down on doctors.
Oh, I love
teachers.
Defund the doctors. Fuck the teachers.
They do make a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, it's not that. It's that they're like, I don't know. It's just now that we know how the system works. It's like you go in for blood work. They're going to find something wrong with you.
Oh, always.
There's something wrong with you. You just know that. Everyone walking around, there's something wrong with us that can be fixed.
This is the perfect opportunity to talk about Volkswagen at Onion Creek. You guys. they just, okay, so my car has been making a thing for over a year. A sound that was just crazy on the inside. For a year, I've been trying to get it in. And I bring it in finally, and they go, oh, your brakes and your rotors, they're and your alignments, give us $900. And I was like, there's 10,000 miles on it? There's no way. They're like, oh, yeah, your brakes, they're under warranty, so we'll replace those for free. But you still need to do the alignment. I go, like, well, that was caused by the brakes. They go, different situation. I go, I'm going to ruin you Onion Creek, but I also don't know a lot about cars. So
Right.
I Google
I
it.
know. That's
Well, they have us. They have us
you
balls.
march over and get in the wrong car.
Yeah.
I got the red one, idiots.
Yeah.
But that's what they do because we have no knowledge. I mean, going to the mechanic is a nightmare because it's like, one, you could be lying to me and I'll pay whatever.
Yes.
And two, I'm also like always looking for a working class boyfriend. So I'm always kind of just like, ooh, is anybody like feeling me?
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Just pay, just pay the money and leave, you know. So it's really...
I go through a dealership, so I always find like a girl who's working in the service department, and I kind of
Hey,
try to
chica.
bring, I try to bring the Dylan energy of
Yeah.
like, Griselda, I know it must be a nightmare working here.
Yeah.
Right.
The lady that works at the coffee bar in the Volkswagen dealership told me, "See you soon," and I was like, "Bitch, you better not."
Oh.
I'm like, cause she's like, "Come back, I'll tell you the recipe for the eggs." I go, "Firstly, I don't want the recipe for the eggs,
I will.
and
say-
also, I better not be back here soon."
That's so funny that like that's part of their training, and then always say, "We'll see you soon." We've the car enough that they'll be back.
Also, not to be like rude, but like I feel like if you're working at the coffee shop at the dealership, that's like a new level of loser.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's because you could just work at a nice coffee shop, but you're working at the one at the dealership, which like clearly isn't real coffee.
It was the worst coffee. But
Obvious.
she's like, but they have all the pumps, and she's like, "Do you want?" She really wanted to pump.
Yeah, of course.
Right, because she's sitting there all day, nobody's coming up. So they're just like, "I'll just get another black coffee." It's just like,
Yeah.
please.
Honestly, fire that lady. Give me a reasonable price on my car.
Yeah. Well, are you actually anti-doctor? Do you not like going to the doctor?
I don't go to the doctor. I get the same this because my husband he's what do you call it when you think something's wrong with you?
Hypochondriac.
He's a hypochondriac.
Mhm.
That's the only thing he doesn't think he has, but he has everything else. He has, anytime he has a pain, he's like, "It's bone cancer." He goes right to bone cancer, and it's like bone cancer is so hard to like. The amount of testing I'm like, do you just love getting tests done?
Maybe it's attention.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And I think it's partly my fault. I'm like, oh, he just needs another human's hands on him. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ew, get away.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't want to talk to him.
I've heard females have to go to the doctor more than men. Do you not even do that stuff?
I don't do it.
Nobody. No one's
please.
checking
I
up
can't
there?
tell people because I'm going to get messages constantly like, get your mammogram. First of all, mammograms have been like canceled basically in every other country except for America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mammogram's just them squeezing your boobs, right?
Yeah.
I also just like
Like until
yeah.
they feel a lump, it's like I'll just feel for it. I feel a lump.
I
Get
can do
in
that.
there.
It feels that's
you
why I
find
don't
when you're like, I'll just cut it out myself.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
At this point,
But I think that
I think you could.
I think we're gonna get to the point where we're
YouTube
just gonna
videoing?
YouTube like how to get rid of a cyst. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I also smoked cigarettes for 12 years and currently still smoking. And so, so it's like, what? Yeah, go to the doctor. Yeah, there's going to be issues. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I used to be over 400 pounds. It's like, yeah, there's issues with my body.
Right.
I can't.
But you know, now the thing is, it's like everything you thought you knew. Nicotine, they
It's good
say,
for
is
you?
the cure for cancer.
Oh, thank God.
You're doing all right.
I love that.
What about vaping's okay or just how do you have to take it?
I don't know. I think you. I saw one TikTok. No, the guy goes, if I got a cancer diagnosis right now, I'd go out and I'd slap a patch on my arm immediately. I was like, oh, damn.
That's cool.
Yeah.
They say it improves short-term memory,
Yeah.
but there was a TikTok. A lot of this has been happening lately. They were like, "I'm a doctor and you should quit smoking and buy my thing."
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
right.
well,
I know. What did you see that guy like? Don't die, and then the whole thing at the end was like, buy his olive oil.
Oh,
The
no.
guy is something Johnson. What's his name? He's trying to live
Johnson.
forever.
Magic
Oh,
Johnson?
No, the guy. He like
yes,
looks
I know
scary.
exactly
He's
what
obsessed
you're
with his
talking
son.
Yes, he's like,
Yeah, he has gay face.
yes. He's like-
And he's like obsessed with his son, and he wants to look just like his son. And he's like
and then
using
they
his
started
son's
comparing
blood.
like their morning erections. And
oh, I didn't get that far in.
I've seen.
no,
I've
I
seen
didn't. That's not
videos
in the
like that. I've seen
documentary.
videos.
Luckily,
Oh.
they cut that. But that's like someone just told me that they saw that.
It does
But
feel sexual.
yes. It's,
Yeah.
Well,
Is he gay?
He says now, but I think any guy that's like, I want to look 24. I'm like, well,
Right.
something's going on.
well, no, he was like, the whole thing is like, I'm trying to do something for society and get rid of this like disease of aging And then you're like, but is that hair plugs? Oh, I mean, this is just something else. But yeah, do you have like caps on your teeth? Yeah. Okay, that's not part of it.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, no, it's just full vanity. But he's
it's so embarrassing when straight men want to be hot. Like, it's cool when straight guys are hot.
Right.
But when they really want to be.
No. Right. It's like you can't try.
Yeah.
No.
Because they're gonna fuck you anyways. Just be a little funny.
Right.
I don't know. I've heard. I don't know anything.
No, I did a joke last night where I was like, I was just riffing it, but I was saying like, if you're like, guys are funny naturally, you know what I mean? Like, but if you're like a fat, balding dude and you're not funny, it's like shocking to women where you're like, what happened? Like, who didn't hurt you?
Yeah.
What is going on with you?
Then you must be dangerous. I feel like you're
Yes.
either funny or dangerous.
Yeah, it's definitely scary.
I don't know. When's the last time you went on like how long have you and Rich been married?
This is our 18th and final year.
I'm assuming you guys are monogamous.
Yes. I mean, we don't even have sex with each other.
Okay.
A special kind of relationship.
Yeah. No, he's always trying. He's like, I can't. I have to dress like a grandma every day. Yeah. So like, if I even wear a V-neck T-shirt, he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like,
A little skin.
Yeah. Like, he's always like, oh, you're so dressed up.
My grandpa had Alzheimer's at the end, and he'd always say, I haven't had a beer in 2 years. I'm like, you had a beer yesterday.
Yeah.
But he'd also say, I haven't had sex with your grandma in 7 years. And she'd just look at him like
what? It's like been 27?
Yeah. Like, no. It's been like, I think they were fucking till the end.
Oh, wow.
I think so. But he was forgetting about
I think that's
it.
Gross.
So that means that it was just for her.
I agree. I don't think old people should be sexual.
I just can't believe people still want to do it with their husbands. Like, maybe in a situation. Listen, I've thought about different situations where it might happen, but with your husband of 18 years, or people are married obviously longer than that. It's like such a bizarre situation because it's your brother.
Yeah.
It's no longer a sexual thing. It's like you're making him dinner, you've seen him sick. It's like,
it's not. Is there no sexual attraction anymore?
I love him. And there are times where this happened. I can't believe I'm going to tell you guys this. So I thought I was shut down. I was like, I just don't have any sexual feelings for anyone or anything. And then I was at the stand, and there's a very lovely, tall male comedian, and he was going on after me. And so I was leaving, and I was like, see you later, see you next weekend or whatever. And he gave me a hug, but the way we hugged, it just somehow clicked into a little tiny bit of sexuality. Like, I felt his bicep, and then his hand was sort of on my hip. And then I thought about it all the way home. I was like, is it still there? Oh my God. It was like bubbling up. And then
Mama's
I did
back.
have a little sexual thing with Rich that night.
Yeah,
so
just
that's
changed his face.
Yeah. I don't know. It just was like, oh, maybe. It was shocking. Because I don't like the guy like that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but sometimes guys you have no attraction to will have, like, sometimes they have a dream about a friend.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I'm doing it.
Oh, before when, like...
Hey guys, thank you so much for supporting our podcast by listening. If you'd like to support and make sure that we keep on making episodes, head over to our Patreon.
And that's a threat because can you close this up? We have bonus weekly episodes. We're doing watch-alongs with Queer as Folks and other TV shows that we all love. And you get early access to the Monday episode every single Friday, plus access to our Discord where everybody chats and shows pictures of their cock.
It's becoming a real community.
We are creating a universe.
No. And you guys are a part of it. Head over to patreon.com/someofthisisobad. You guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Now enjoy the show, you fucking pigs.
I guess, like, this has been, like, the last 4 years I've had no, except for this one time, no sexual. I still have sex with my husband, but he knows I don't want to. I'm like, is it done? Just go. And, no, but before that, I would always think, like, if the people who I was just having regular conversation with knew what I was doing in my head with them later.
Yeah.
It's so fucking crazy.
It's crazy. You know, because I don't think that you guys don't do that. You don't have sex or think about your friends, right?
No, I have ADHD, so like it gets really weird really fast. So I have to put like horse blinders on. my like I've even done the blindfold thing, but then my mind started racing then, so I had to like rip it off mid-sex. It was I have to like very defined lines.
Yeah. But yeah.
Because if I'm letting a friend in,
I usually think about like a male comedian that I think thinks I'm funny.
Yeah.
Wait, is it a specific one or an amorphous kind of character you've built?
No, they're specific, but it's always changing. It's like, I'll just be talking to someone and I mean, it could be an innocuous thing where I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm funny. And then later it's like,
oh, yeah.
You just hear a giggle out of the corner.
Yeah.
I like that even in your fantasies, you're still only fucking comedians.
I know.
That's the sick part. It's like,
yes,
it's like you can't
totally.
get past the comedians.
Yes, no. I have no
'Cause you've
interest
dated a
in
lot of-
regular people.
You've dated a lot of comedians, right?
I've
Not
dated,
a lot.
I mean, I would.
I'm not.
You dated all the comedians.
I've dated a lot of the comedians. No, I've had, I wouldn't say dated even.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck.
I used to just like hanging out with comics. We'd be drinking and laughing. And if somebody was funny and like, I never put sex into this category of like, oh, now we're supposed to be doing this thing all the time and getting married and stuff.
Yeah.
Like even with Rich, it didn't start out like that. And I didn't really tell people until we were engaged. I was like, we're keeping this a secret, right? But I don't know. I think sometimes marriage happens when you're just at the right age where you're like, okay, now this is the thing.
It's just
like
yeah,
I just
whichever
happen to
you
be
go.
dating
Rich.
I
actually-
love him.
Yeah.
I love him so
the
much.
legend. Every time I walk by Rich, I just whisper. I go, the legend.
Yeah. So,
And
he loves it. He probably goes home and like jerks off to you saying that.
He goes like every single time he goes, stop it.
yes. And then he'll go to me and goes, people call me the legend. Why do
I
they
think
do
it's
it?
so funny. Well, the first time I met you and Rich, you guys came into a restaurant that I was working in.
Oh.
And
Sorry, that was
no,
I didn't know.
No.
Don't make me force to remember it.
Oh no, you don't have to remember it. It was actually, you know what I was thinking about? It's like it's so nice when you listen to comedians on podcasts for so long and then you meet them in real life and they are exactly who they are gonna be.
Oh my god, that's,
Like,
that's the meanest thing you've ever.
like for example, like one time Rachel Feinstein came in and like she's like dumping out her purse, she can't find her debit card. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Right.
And I looked over and Rich is in a full-on fight with my manager
Oh my God. Yes.
about like he thought he paid for more than what he got, and so they
Oh, is this? I know
at the bottom of Thompson. Yeah.
Yes, I remember this.
And my manager came over and he was like, "That guy's a fucking asshole." And I go, "No, that's Rich Voss.
That's a legend."
Yeah, that's the legend. Yeah.
No, one time we were having dinner at the restaurant and we're in, on the patio or whatever, and of course we're having like a, one of those like whisper fights or whatever, and this woman from the next table, she goes, "It sounds just like your podcast." I was like, oh God, how humiliating.
It was great. I remember being like, I'm such a fan, and Rich goes, me or her?
Oh, he wasn't gonna give you anything if it was me.
And I was like, it was Bonnie. He was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, have a good day, Rich.
Oh my God.
I was like, God, comedians are so real.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, he can't. This is one of the things that's so actually lovable about Rich is that he can't be anyone but exactly who he is. So even if he was meeting like, the Queen of England, I know she's dead, but the King of England, like he'd just be like, go get me a coffee. Like he wouldn't be able to switch it up. He doesn't know how to change. One time we went to a very, very nice restaurant and he ordered, it was like farm to table. It was, so fancy. And, he ordered the fish and chips, their take on fish and chips. And it comes in, you could see his face when they set it down. He goes, "Where's the tartar sauce?" And she goes, I know. She goes,
A nice fancy place.
yes. He won't even take a minute to be like, well, let me taste this and see, whatever. No. He's like, he's freaked out. He goes, "Where's the tartar?" She goes, oh, we don't actually do tartar sauce. There's a something emulsion, blah, 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 or whatever. He goes, you take mayonnaise and relish. I don't remember how you make it, but he told her how to make it.
That's crazy.
And she was like, we're not going to make it.
Oh, my God.
So
That's
embarrassing.
great. The first time I met Rich was I was actually just next to him and Rebecca in the green room at South by
no.
Southwest. And he was going, I just want to make sure the guy you got is really gay, okay?
Yeah.
Because for the show, it only works if he's. I don't care if he does gay stuff but doesn't act gay. I need him to act gay. And Rebecca's like, he acts gay, and he goes, okay, and she goes, and this is him, and I was like,
But
hey,
I know
Rich.
that I wasn't there, but I've heard him say this kind of thing before where you're like, oh my God. But he loves you. He thought you were so good.
We had fun. Well,
You were
when I heard him say, I need him to be very gay, I went and bought a face dildo. So that when Eddie Pepitone came out, I could be like, yeah, he's really hot.
Oh, my
It was
gosh.
fun.
Oh my God.
Rich is one of those guys that if you looked at him, you'd kind of go like, I could see maybe you're a little gay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's super gay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like this is so crazy. But okay, so we bought this new house, and he's very like I'm white trash, but I struggled to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
What
I'm
flavor
always
of white trash?
me.
Yeah.
Farm, no running water. Like I grew up. Read my book.
Sorry.
Was given
it
a
on
cow for her
Audible?
10th birthday.
Did you
Yes.
read your Audible?
What's that?
Did you read it on
Yes,
Audible? Okay,
yes.
then I will.
Yeah. And
That's crazy.
anyway, so he's so scared of like not being white trash, and then so I finally get him to like agree to move into this new house, but the condition is that I'll let him decorate one of the rooms because he thinks he's a great decorator, and it's just awful. I mean, it is so vile.
I love him saying that with a fedora on.
Yes, yeah. But if he was here, he'd be like, I'm great. What are you kidding me? I'm so good at decorating.
And is it going to be like a man cave, or he wants to do like the living room?
Oh, no, the living room.
Oh, no.
Okay, so, like this house has like the dining room on one side, and then there's this other room, then there's the kitchen, and then there's the living room. So I don't know what that room is, but that's the room, like the family room or whatever.
Like the den.
Yeah, I guess. Like I had nothing for it. So
They didn't have those in a trailer?
yeah, that was like not part of it. And so it's like a funeral home. That's what it is. I wish I had a picture to show you. It's like Victorian style.
Thick curtains.
It's like these thick curtains, and like he went and bought like this chaise lounge thing for it. All the pictures are of like Victorian people, a lot of children. yeah.
Now when people come to the house, do they kind of walk in the room and go like, well, this is nice?
Everybody does the same thing. They go, oh, like that. And then he doesn't. I go, do you hear that? That means people think it's weird. He goes, oh, they love it. And he doesn't process.
Does it match the rest of the house?
No,
Yeah.
it's completely. And I wish I was the kind of person that was just like, well, that's just what my husband likes, and But everybody who comes in, I go, I didn't do it. I just
Immediately throw him under the bus.
Yes, I go, that's not mine.
Why Victorian though? Like out of all the things to choose.
Listen. I asked him 100 times, did you get molested in a funeral home? Is that what happened?
Did he buy prints of paintings he liked, or did he just go to Marshall's and find some?
No, he goes to the thrift stores, and it's really the frame that he likes. It's got to be a very ornate, gold-plated kind of frame. And if it happens to have a Victorian picture in there, then he can't pass it up. Oh, it's horrendous.
Wait, of just like a ball gowned lady like this?
Yes, ladies in waiting. There's like, those like ghostly kind of kids walking.
Yeah, has he ever asked you to dress up in a big like hoop skirt?
No. But I it's so funny because it's like, he wears like all this jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, there's something going on. I've asked him so many times. He goes, oh, you're not my therapist. But it's like, what is going on in there?
If didn't know he was Jewish, is he also Sicilian?
No, right.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's got, I think he thinks it shows that he's rich.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's about money. Oh, I thought maybe he was expressing himself.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought at first too. I was like,
he goes, rich guys have rings.
yeah, I think somewhere, like when he was a kid, he saw someone pay for something with a lot of rings. It went into his subconscious, and now.
Yeah. Although I would like to see a remake of Richie Rich, but it's just Rich Voss.
Rich Voss.
That's good. That's fun.
Oh my god.
It's just him shopping. That's all I want to see him do.
Oh my god. Well, also because I think he likes he's constantly negotiating.
Yeah.
So he goes to the Diamond District and spends a half day there negotiating with people.
I feel like negotiating is like not a thing anymore. You know, you're not allowed to negotiate anymore.
He does it at Bloomingdale's.
No.
I'm not kidding you. And
do they ever give it to him?
all the time. All the time they'll give him like, some friends and family or 10% off or,
What tricks does he use? Just, I would never pay that.
He just takes it up there and he goes, you use your, well, it's so weird because as kind of like gruff as he is, people are attracted to it. Like women generally aren't, I will say that. Women tend to find him very like toxic, but men, and especially young men, really like it.
Yeah.
They like him. They follow him around. They talk to him. They don't even know he's Rich Voss, you know, the legend. They just think and there's something about a grumpy old man that like, I don't know what it is, but so he's already kind of got them laughing or whatever, and then it's like they're helping their grandpa. Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I like to talk to strangers while I shop because I really don't like shopping, but I like getting in other people's business. And there's just like whenever I'm at a men's warehouse, I'm always finding an old man that I just like gas up, and I'm like, "You made my day." He goes, "Why you made my day?" I love that. Goodwill, I always find a mom, and she always tries to shop for me.
Right.
It's crazy because I would never buy anything from Goodwill.
Right, because they're like, "Oh my God, the youth is talking to me."
You go, "Do you think this would fit my uncle? My nephew?" I'm like, "I don't know your nephew. Maybe."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love other people's business. I get into it.
Oh yeah, of course.
My husband is a negotiator, and I love handing. Like whenever I buy a car, I'm always like, "Can you?"
It's my child that I left alone, and
did you?
Is it wrong to leave a 17-year-old for the weekend?
No, that's her she's like, she's having a party.
She's having a party.
I don't think she is. I did give her this speech about like, I mean, you can have a party, but if something goes wrong, I'm not there to like pick up the pieces. And she doesn't like chaos.
Okay.
So these are things I say to her sometimes.
So you just scare her.
Yeah.
You go, I mean, people could really hurt themselves or die.
Yes.
Or even worse, get pregnant.
What's it like having a 17-year-old?
I mean, she's just, I can't, it's so crazy. She's so smart, so funny. Got a lot of friends. She's just socially very good. I mean, she hates me, but otherwise she's like, it's like, it is wild to, I'm not a person that's like, if you don't like me, I just don't care. But I'm like, hi, honey.
Always trying with her.
Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the other night she came home at 10:30 and she was like, can you make me something to eat? And then I just got out of bed and like was making her food, and she was like telling me everything that happened at school that day, and it was just like,
that's the reason I want kids, is to get into the gossip and the drama.
Yes. Well, there's lots, and then it's so funny. Every time she talks to me, I'm like, should I write this as a movie?
Yeah. Or have you ever like given advice and like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have given like maybe a dialed back version where she didn't seek revenge?
Oh, right. Well, I never give advice because she'll never take it anyway.
Ever?
No.
Kids like do the opposite of what you tell them to do. Like if you're like, you should do this, she's like, oh no.
Right. Like she'll say like, I was thinking of doing this, and then you're like, yeah, that sounds right. Like then
it has to be their idea. You have to trick them into it.
Yeah, or she'll say like, so then we all like, took her into the bathroom and punched her in the head 15 times, and you're like, I don't know if I would have done that.
15 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Are you guys good at punching?
Yeah, and then she'll be like, I'm not telling you anything anymore. No, I mean, she deserved
it. Does she have like gay guy friends?
Yes, her best friend is a gay guy,
Love
Jack. So she was hanging out with him a lot, and then I go, is that your boyfriend? She goes, I think he's gay, but he hasn't said anything yet. So, and then like 2 weeks later, she was like, Jack told us.
Yeah.
It's like so sweet. And they found out that I'm friends with Marcelo Hernandez, and they lost their minds, which I didn't know people would know. Like, I know he's famous, but I didn't know he was like, I mean, getting into the 17-year-olds.
That's huge.
That's a fame.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for our listeners, would you tell them who that is?
Oh, he's on SNL. He's a breakout star
He's
of
like
SNL.
Fabio. He's
Yeah.
the one that does the singing.
Was he on the
Yes.
new Keenan and Kel T-Mobile commercial with the birds and rapping?
Possibly.
I've been watching Peacock, and my husband won't let me upgrade without ads.
Oh, I know, it's so annoying.
I'm always like, why do I? But you have to pick your fights.
Yeah.
I do think that if I had a daughter and she didn't have gay guy friends, I would be like, are you not pretty?
Right.
Like, let's go. Like, that would be a big red flag for me.
We didn't have any gay kids in our school.
Yeah, but you should have boys that you allow sleep over at your house that we all know are gay. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
even
she
if-
wanted him to sleep over at her house, but I still wouldn't.
And did
let
you say
really?
not till he comes out?
Yeah. I just was like not gonna deal with like making rules like, well, if they can prove they're gay, it's okay.
They can prove they're gay. Yeah.
But he also loves, they all love Rich Voss. It's so crazy.
Really?
One time, her and all her friends, she's got like a group of like 8 or 9 friends. And
That's so toxic. You know they're being so mean at school.
oh, it's just it's like 5 of them are shifting all the time.
They're like, other girls are killing themselves at
Yes,
school. They're like, what's
yes.
going on?
Yes.
That's Rich Voss's daughter.
Yeah.
Yes. She's the ringleader. So she no, they all dressed up as Rich once. Not for Halloween or anything, just like to FaceTime him.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all on, it's so funny. I have pictures somewhere, I can't find it, but they all like put on the thing and the fedoras and
Oh my
That's
god.
so
Well, he's a
good.
character. You want your dad to be a character, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Like the mom
Does-
is the regular person, but then the dad can be like this ridiculous, kind of like almost what's the Flavor Town guy that everyone likes dressing up as?
Fury?
Yeah, like Guy
Fieri?
Fieri. Like
This is also a big TikTok trend, like where like people like a whole like office will dress up as their manager, and the
Oh.
manager like walks in, they're all Linda's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty funny,
Yeah,
actually.
it's like a huge thing on TikTok.
I should have known it wasn't their own idea.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
should know.
no.
God damn it.
Yeah, no, they didn't come up with this themselves, Bonnie. Come on.
Jesus.
What does she think of comedy?
She used to love it, but now she doesn't. I mean, she's very good at knowing who's funny or not.
Yeah. She's been around it. Yeah.
So she's trying to be a booker? What?
Yeah, she's her friends. Okay, so the Marcelo Hernandez. So, they found out he was in my car. So then they went and like sniffed the seat and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
So I got.
Good to know that girls are as disgusting
No,
as
they're
boys.
horrible. And so then I got 2 tickets for her and Jack, because Jack is the one who really likes Marcelo. Should I be saying?
Yeah.
And so they went to the rehearsal, the dress.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they
saw
lost
them.
their minds.
Yeah, they thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And they're so like, I don't know, I just like amazed by them, because like I was like, do I have to micromanage you on how to get there? And no, they know how to do everything.
But they like grew up near the city, so I'm sure it's kind of like.
Yeah, I guess, but still, I think I would have been like, it's like very specific. You have to be there at 6:45. You have to like go to this holding area, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like back in the day, it was like, yeah, you had to like look things up online and then like remember them,
Right.
and then like get there. And now it's like you just pull your phone out and all the
Yes.
instructions
Yes.
are right there. It's like
Yes.
you just-
Yeah, but
Yes.
I've been to 30 Rock not for SNL, and had to go to like this back studio, and it was overwhelming to like go through all the little alleyways and be like, because there's so many shows there, and you pass different people. And I guess I have ADHD, so I was like, should I stop and talk to these people? I was passing it, and this one guy had a wig, and he would just do it this. The whole group was laughing, and I was like, I can join in on this. And then
You're like, oh, I gotta go.
I just turned to Jimmy Fallon. I'm not allowed to walk in that group.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you ever think you and Rich will get divorced and you'll find a nice new man?
No, it's too late now.
Would you ever be
Yeah.
a lesbian?
Yeah, have you ever done any gay stuff?
I've done some gay stuff.
That's exciting.
Yeah, was all right. I don't know.
It was all right.
I like it in theory better than in real life.
Yeah, of course. Like to watch it on a screen is different
Yes.
than actually doing
Yes.
it. Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
And then
What was your biggest problem with it?
I guess I probably have like a sort of an intimacy issue. And
They asked you how you were doing.
they were like, does this feel good? It's like, you would never say that to me.
Well, the girls do like to talk.
How does this feel? Who are you, my therapist?
Yes. You'll know by how I'm breathing. Keep going.
Context clues. Stop talking.
Do you have intimacy issues?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to get too like close.
Yeah,
You know.
a little guarded.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's okay.
not like-
it's
I'm not
okay
like-
coming from his mouth. He is the most guarded person.
Yeah.
He's had one boyfriend, and it wasn't a real one.
Yeah. Well, hey, who cares? That's totally normal to not be in a relationship.
Well, sex when you don't know the person, I
Right.
must say, it's a different experience. It's not. I don't know. It's like a sport. It's like fun.
Yeah.
I find sex
'Cause
with
it's
strangers is
meaningless.
awful.
Yes, and then you
Yeah.
leave and you got. But there's women that are like, I can't have sex. I get attached. I didn't ever have that. Like,
Oh,
I could
yeah.
be friends with the person, have sex with them, then not have sex with them, and then be friends with them. And I didn't have like a lot of like jealousies and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I'm sure the guys love that.
Oh, I mean, I never had. I can't even imagine. It's wild to me that women are like, no, I can't. It's like a beautiful woman's like, I can't find a boyfriend. It's like, what are you doing?
I know. It's
Turn
actually-
around.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're everywhere.
I know women really do. If you're a pretty woman, I feel like it's like you have to deal with a lot of other issues, but you should be able to find a boyfriend pretty easily.
Well, I think for me, I wasn't trying to find a boyfriend, so my standards were
Low.
pretty wonky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like I just was down here, but I was equally happy down here as up here.
Yeah.
I think that did. I mean, I was raised straight, so I was always like, there was women.
What year
that-
how old were you when you came out?
21 after hair school.
Oh, okay.
I just want to let you know
the
how
universe was trying to tell you
really-
for so long.
Yeah.
I had to get ripped out. That's what I'm just for context. Everybody thought I was gonna be straight, so that people treated me straight. But like growing up straight, there's like women that you have sex with, and then women you want to marry. It's like
Right.
And I think that women were never taught that. I don't feel like it was pushed on you guys as much. You seem to have like naturally developed that of like, no, you're a guy that has shoulders. That's
Right.
that's it.
Right.
But you need a job and a house for me to live in if you want to marry me.
Right.
But I don't. Do you? I feel like you need.
Well,
to,
I
like,
was socialized female, so nobody was. No one thought I was straight.
Right.
And then I'm constantly just like sitting at the edge of a bar, being like, "Where is he?" And he's never there.
He's
Oh,
always
so
there.
you're looking for the one.
Yeah,
See, I guess I don't
but then I'm also
know.
guarded, and it's hard to find anybody. You know, I don't know. I also don't know how to date.
Right. Well, I never really dated. Dates were not so fun to me. I just liked hanging out with people and having fun. That's what always comedians, because you're just
Yeah.
joking around and you're smoking weed and you're drinking, and then you're laughing so hard, and next thing there's a cock in your mouth, and it's like, ah,
What's going on?
Are you laughing during sex? When
I
you
mean,
had
I
it?
did have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During it wasn't that serious to me. There was very few times where I got so like attached to the man that
I took a.
so that sound like a fucking.
It's okay.
I'm what's that Romanian orphanage thing that kids get?
I know exactly what you're talking about because my mom has been terrified about it my whole life. Like, she goes, "I know you're gay, but like when you have a kid or if you adopt, you have to like as soon
You
as
have
it
to touch
comes
them."
out of the pussy, they have to hand it to you and not to her."
Right.
What happens?
Because if they're not touched, they get like serious intimacy issues where it's like
Oh.
not sociopathy, but
I guess no one touched me, but I
Like even with my dog, she's like, you have to make sure that you're constantly holding it, or it will grow up just like that Romanian orphanage.
yes. It's like-
So there, like basically, a war happened, and then a bunch of orphans came about, and
Ugh.
then there was all these orphanages with a shortage of staff.
yeah,
That's
so
so
they
sad.
didn't get touched. They got cared for.
part of me kind of would like.
They were fine. They had food and water. What else they
Come on.
want?
Let's not make too big an issue out of it.
Part of me thinks I would like really love to be an orphan, but I don't.
I
yeah.
know there's something so romantic.
I feel like I
about
don't have
it.
to. It's just me. You know what I mean? I don't.
I can't rely on anyone else in this world.
I love that, and because I
Have you
also
guys seen Oliver Twist? They all
Yes.
needed somebody.
Oh, that's the whole message.
I don't know.
I don't
is
know about
it?
that, but I just get nervous. Like once I get rich, like my family's gonna like steal all my money, and so if I was an orphan, I wouldn't have to deal with that.
Right. You think your family's gonna steal your money?
Well, I like to daydream about like,
Well, like they're really good at being assistant.
or, I just like if I daydream about like winning the lottery within like 20 minutes.
Why would you daydream of winning the lottery? This blows my mind.
Dude, I'm like bored.
You've already entered into the lottery. Okay?
Comedy?
You're in, yes.
Yeah,
You're
well,
in
that-
show
well,
business.
That one I already believe in myself in. So the lottery is kind of like, ooh, is it gonna happen? And I never buy a ticket, but I know I never buy a ticket, but I like to.
Your manifestation process is wild.
I found it on the street.
Yes,
I was like
exactly.
fucking Charlie.
I just get
Fuck it.
nervous that all of a sudden that I'm gonna have to give everybody money and then they're gonna be like stealing it from me. I don't know.
Right.
You don't worry about that.
No, I don't think about money in any way of being mine, even really.
Yeah.
I've never been worried. That's another thing that's different about Rich and I is I've never worried about money. I don't care. I grew up really, really poor. I feel like I could do it again if necessary. And so I just spend my money as I wish.
Yeah.
And I just think it'll just.
Oh, I don't want to be the wrong. I'm not saving anything.
Right.
I'm living my life. Yeah, but I just,
But if somebody came and if my mom came and stole all my money, I would just be like, well, I guess I'll just get more.
Okay, I like that.
I was just like, I'll just wait till she dies, and then I have an inheritance now.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, I like how you think.
Well, yeah.
I always think about my parents dying.
I'm always just confused why my grandma won't give it to me now.
That's so funny. My sister asked my mom for her inheritance all the time. It's so dark.
It is dark, but I'm like, don't you want to see me enjoy your money?
Yeah.
You're not
That's the
spending it.
same argument my sister
You're not
gives.
spending it. I know what you do. You go to breakfast and that's it. Like your outing is once
It's
a week.
control. It's power. They're like, oh, you'll get
Then
it when you
call
get
me.
it.
Then call me once in a while, Grammy.
Yeah.
No, Colton already spent his trust fund on improv classes. If
That's
they give
true.
him more money, what's
Yo,
he gonna do?
they're right about not. Okay, give it to Chip then. Give it to my husband.
Give it to Chip's a good idea, but not you.
Yeah, fine. Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'll get it eventually.
I know. No one lives forever.
Right. It's like, okay, fine. Let's wait this power struggle out.
Yeah.
I'm like Putin with this war. I'm like, you guys will give up.
Yes, at some point.
I would like to be someone who has like a lot of money when I die, and then in the will they do like a will reading, and everyone's waiting to hear who's getting it, and it like goes all to my dog,
Oh my God.
and they're all like, "Fuck."
You hate people.
No, I don't hate people.
You hate the people in your life.
No, I don't. I
You
don't.
want to punish them.
I don't. I just get nervous because here's the thing.
And I think
I'm
you're
like,
the kind of person who's going to fake your death and video it so you can see that.
You are that
No, you want to know
You
what
are
it is?
that person.
Is like because my family grew up, no one had money for so long that if any of them get a lump sum, like if my dad gets a lump sum, he'll be dead in a year. Like he can't be. No one can be trusted with money.
Are
know
you
what I
white
mean?
trash?
White trash,
Yeah,
small
yeah.
town Massachusetts. Like
Okay.
no one's ever had money. That's what I mean. Like if they get my money, it will ruin their lives.
Don't you think about
I
white
can
trash
handle
that
it.
it's like it's
I can
just
handle it.
always there? Like
Oh yeah, it never
it's
goes away.
all like you can try to get away from it, but it's like hanging onto your leg. You're like, let me buy a lottery ticket.
Oh yeah, yeah, or like you're putting condiments in pasta.
Yes, I know.
You're like
I'm
making your own
washing out a
sauce.
plastic bag. I'm like, oh, it got me
It's hard.
again.
I'm like, yeah, 100. Yeah, I'm still, keep all the plastic bags. It's sick. Yeah, Colton, we grew up very differently.
Yeah, you grew up wealthy, privileged.
Privileged.
Yes, I love it.
I didn't grow up rich because I knew rich kids. Like I grew
I
up.
know that
They
story.
always say it. They always
Yes,
say it.
there's like someone was richer than me.
Yeah.
If you can believe it.
Yeah,
but
I'm like,
While I lived in a cul-de-sac with 7 other billionaires.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. That's why I was. I know that a million. One day, my neighbor was like, "Bernie Sanders is worth $10 million." I go, "That's not a lot of money." He goes,
Yeah.
"Huh? You say that to $10 million?" I go, "Have you ever considered $1 billion?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "No." I go,
Well, I
That's
have a
'cause-
weird thing too, because I like, even though I don't have a lot of money and I didn't grow up with money, but 10 million doesn't seem like a lot to me.
Right?
I'm like if somebody was like, would you do this for 10 million? I'm like, not 10 million.
I would do a lot of things for 10. Like, I can't think of one thing I wouldn't do.
Well, the thing is that my brain.
Untaxed or taxed?
Yeah.
Well,
Even tax, I'd still do whatever the thing that you were thinking. I would do that.
You
thing.
would. I don't know, because it doesn't, like, once you get a certain amount of money, you're living the way you want to live. Like, I'm right now living the way that I want to live.
Yeah.
But don't
So
you,
10 million's not going to change it.
But don't you think that's because like if you grew up poor, you kind of have like a lower bar of like what luxury is? Like to
Yes,
me, I go
yes.
like money. What me having like if I said I was like I'm rich, that means that I could go out to eat every single day. I can
Yes.
buy a plane ticket every once in a while without
Right.
really thinking about it.
Right.
And to me, it's like, well, I'm rich.
Oh no, that's how I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, because I used to like fly places, and if I got stuck somewhere, I'd be like, fuck, I have to get a hotel. Like it would be draining on you because it's like every penny counts.
Yeah. But now you're just like, oh, it's the hotel.
Yeah, so I'll get the best hotel I can get.
Oh,
No,
my
I
God.
know. It's like, I know what you're saying, but I think people want 10 million for future.
No, that's not me.
Okay, well, I think
But
like
I wanna-
that's the only reason you'd need $10 million is so that you wouldn't have to worry about the future. But the thing is, there is
No
no
future.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I for sure. I want $10
Especially when
million.
you've lived like us, like it's like you used to be a cokehead. I smoke cigarettes. It's like we don't have a future.
Don't equate those two things.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait,
It took me a second to process that, but yeah, those aren't same in my book. But yeah,
yeah,
I
wait.
know
In
what
my
you-
head, those are the same. It's like what you think. What you think? It's one's worse than the other.
I mean, I guess one drags you down a little harder.
Which one?
The Coke.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were gonna say mine was worse. Okay, I'm glad it's Colton's. No, now that it's him, I go, yeah, they are
See,
different.
I
You're
told
right.
you, I've had a hard life that
Yeah.
I did to myself.
That's true. Were you ever a cokehead?
No, I never. I did it a few times. Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, I don't know
Yeah.
why that's obvious,
Obviously.
but so I'm so thin. But no, I never liked Coke because I guess I just didn't like being around other people who were doing Coke.
Yeah.
That was sort of like part of it.
Yeah.
Well, the most
only
embarrassing-
person who likes you on Coke is you.
Yeah.
But if anybody else is, my sister is planning her bachelorette party, and she wants to theme it Japanese businessman, where everybody's doing cocaine and doing business deals.
Right. And so, will there be real cocaine? Or that's the
Knowing my
joke?
sister, oh, I don't think I'm allowed to. Oh, you guys don't know which sister, but you guys know which sister.
Yeah, we
Brittany.
No real Coke.
Yeah.
No, my biggest problem with cocaine, I always say this, is that like it made me way too earnest in a way that makes me uncomfortable. Like I hate earnestness.
Yes,
and
me
And it's
too.
the worst. And every time I'd be on coke, like whatever guy was around me, I'd like touch his hand. I'd be like, "You're like my brother."
Oh my
and
god.
then I'd wake up the next morning and be like, "I want to kill myself."
Yes,
Like there's
yes.
nothing more embarrassing to me than showing emotions like that.
I agree.
Yeah, it's
I
the
agree.
worst.
That's why like you have to like insult people
Yeah.
that you love.
Yeah.
That's
You get it.
how
You
you
really
do
do
it.
get
Yeah.
it. You know, it's funny you said that because we were talking about dating a little bit. I took a comedy class by someone you went on a date with, and
So you what?
took a comedy class somebody you went on a date with, and because
That I went on a date with?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
Wait.
this is like 10 years ago.
It's all right. You've
Well,
never
you
admitted
said-
that you took a comedy class.
Oh, sorry.
You
Well,
took a comedy class
Which is shocking.
10 years ago.
with
Okay.
somebody that I dated.
Yeah, or I think you
Oh.
went on one date with them,
Oh.
and
And he
And I
name
probably-
dropped. Was this in his
I
fucking
Sorry, I
comedy class taught by guy who went on one date?
Oh,
with
sorry.
Colton
I
McFarlane?
should have said that better, but
you were like just throwing it out so casually.
well, because you said something that made me think of it. Because he was like, I only took it. I didn't take the comedy class. You just got stage time, and I was in small town Massachusetts, and so you'd have to drive an hour and be like, okay, well, we got to go up after the class. So I would
he was
take
from
the-
Massachusetts.
No, he lived in Albany, and his name's Rich Williams, and
Really stick with the rich,
I
huh?
don't know who that is.
well, he was like, "Who's your favorite comedian?" And I said, "Bonnie McFarlane." And he was like, "Oh, I went on a date with Bonnie." And I go, "Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool." How-"
please tell me what
And
happened.
he goes, I go, "How was it?" And he goes, like, "She was so mean to me." and he was like, she just kept insulting me. And then I said, "Bonnie, we're out at dinner. Like, could you be a little nice?" And she said, "Oh, yeah." That's when you said the insulting thing. It made me think of that.
I think I know who he is now, but I do remember being a little mean.
This
But
guy?
he was like,
No.
Oh.
we went for dinner. We had some dinner. And I was trying to be funny, I think. And then he kept taking it as insulting. And then once he started taking it as insults, I started actually being like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't get out of it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he did say during that, like, you're being so mean. And I was like, oh,
That's the worst.
now you're going to really get it.
Should have showed me your hand, idiot.
Yeah.
But I've had guys say that to me too. I had a guy he was like, "You can't talk to me like this." Yeah, he's like, I'm not like one of your little comedian friends. And I go, and now you're gonna be nothing.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
I need someone that I can berate.
Right. Well, that's people lots of times ask why Rich and I work, and it's like because he's actually strong enough to handle. Like, I mean, I don't know any other man that could handle like. You know, you've seen our podcast. It's like he gets trashed.
Yeah.
He gets absolutely destroyed every time. And then he's like, I think that went well. Okay.
Yeah, but I also think that being mean like that is like how it's like a version of seeing somebody. It's like you
Yes,
can't get away
yes.
with anything. I know exactly what you're doing, but
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
I think it's a compliment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think it's a compliment.
Sometimes I have had that conversation with my husband a couple times. I'm like, then how am I supposed to help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's helping. Because
Right.
I'm helping you with all your faults.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
See,
and then
that's
that way
the,
you can improve.
that's the wife thing. You can't.
So I am the wife.
Yeah. You're focused on your partner to a fault. Like, if I didn't talk to Rich for a week, he'd be like, oh, we're finally getting along. This is great. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't notice it as like, I'm mad at him.
He's not like, she's not shut down. She's just enjoying herself.
Right. He would be happy.
Yeah.
He likes to ignore me at close range. So that's his favorite thing.
Yeah.
So he
It
wants
sounds like
me in
it's-
the room, but he doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah.
Like my dog.
Yes. So and he wants to see where I'm at. But yeah, but you can't help it. It's like there's something I can psychologically see everything that's wrong with him all the time. It's like the matrix breaks down in front of me when it's him, and I can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 18 years is a long time.
Yes.
It has it because you guys always joke about it, right? Have you ever been like, I don't know if I can do this anymore?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I remember once like leaving my computer open to divorce lawyers.
They say that that's a good way to make your husband become a better husband. It's like you put like divorce papers on their bedside table, and the girl was like, "Yeah, but I mean, I just print them off like Google Images or whatever. They're not like real ones." And then she's like, "And then my husband changed."
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait,
I don't know.
where
Every
did you
Oh,
book,
suddenly I'm
every-
like, toot, toot,
Yeah,
beep.
yeah.
Because I don't think he looked at my computer.
Yeah,
He
you have to
never
print
brought
them.
it
You
up.
have to print them out.
Yeah.
He's respecting your space too
Yes,
much. He's like,
yes.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah. She said like she
probably
like,
just dumb writing.
Somebody put divorce papers over my lovely Victorian painting. It's like those don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this woman was like, I kept telling my husband I wanted him to change, and he wouldn't change. So I printed out divorce papers and I put them on his bedside table. And the next day he came in and he said, "Let's go to therapy."
Wow.
Yeah.
This
You
is
have to
like,
Wait, you're acting like this is a good idea. I still think this is adamantly a bad idea.
Yeah, I think
but
that's a
you
really bad idea.
do have 18
No, I like
years
it.
on me, so I am
well,
feeling
no,
like,
this is the thing with Rich is that since the very beginning, if we got in a fight, he would go, leave. Good. We'll get a divorce. He immediately goes, literally, like, if he made me something to eat and I was like, ooh, this is not cooked well. Fine, go. We're getting a divorce. Like, he will.
I don't need you.
Yes, he immediately shuts it down. So in the beginning of the relationship, I had to be like, we're never getting divorced. This is ending in murder-suicide. You know that. No, we are never getting a divorce. But I just had to keep saying it because it was like some kind of like
Defense
abandonment issue or something that he was having. But he'd still do it. Like, just go, fine. I'll leave. I'll get my own place. Here, you can have it. I'll buy you out of this house or whatever. He just goes off. You know,
yeah.
Go take a walk.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, you have no chips left.
So if I handed him divorce papers, he'd be like, great, thank you.
Wait, is this because I made the eggs bad?
Yeah.
Well, we only have 2 segments on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The first, so they're pretty famous. The first segment is,
Do you have any questions for us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
How did you guys meet and start a podcast?
Oh, I moved to Austin and I didn't know anybody. And then
What year did you move? Like 2020 something?
Yeah, 2021.
Okay, I lived here in 2021 or 2022 for like 4 months.
Oh yeah, I moved here after because you were here for that TV show.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we're good friends with Michael Aaron Fractor, and so we
Oh,
love him
okay,
so much.
yeah.
But yeah, which that show was great, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
I
they-
had nothing to do with it.
Oh, really?
I did nothing. Well, because they hired me to be like to write funny scenarios for them to do or produce funny stuff.
Yeah.
But then really quickly they were like, not taking anything funny. They were like, well, let's just go to the drama thing. that
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
planning. You know?
Yeah.
So
And so I moved here, after that, and then we met at a brewery show, the first show I got booked on, and got along, and then hung out a couple.
wait, but you'd started doing stand up before?
Yeah. I started doing stand up in like 2015.
Oh, okay.
In Massachusetts.
And then you decided I'm gonna go to the hot spot of comedy right
Well, I was living in Portland, Oregon, and I had become quite a vicious alcoholic, and I
Oh.
thought, I need to leave this depressing place because this is the problem. And I was like, I know that comedy is going to blow up in Austin. So I was like, I might as well just move there and get sober. And so I
now. And
was.
did you get sober?
Yeah, so I haven't drank
So
in 3 years.
funny that you would come to Austin to get sober.
I know.
Yeah.
But it,
when we met, it was the first show I did out of rehab.
yeah,
Oh,
I was a month sober, so we had
wow.
both,
and
like-
you're at a brewery. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hilarious.
yeah. Well, 'cause in my mind, I was living in Portland, Oregon for so long, and it was like so dark and dreary. I was like, I just need to like be blasted by the sun
Yes,
and
yes.
have a new life. And we met, and immediately Colton lied about owning this place. He was like, I own a bar, and he owned a comedy club because he didn't want to tell comedians he
Right.
owned a
right.
club.
Right.
And then we ended up hanging out.
Well, that's so funny.
And then like a month later,
do you,
we
do,
were like,
do you like keep that a secret? I knew that.
I just don't tell. I don't keep it. It's not a secret,
Oh,
but
you're not like announcing it. to
I
people.
have imposter syndrome. So if I think there's any reason I'm on a show other than you think I'm funny, even if I do fine, I'll walk off being like, oh, fuck, I bombed.
Yeah.
Even if it goes great, I'll go, that should have been better. So if there's any reason I can attach
Yes.
to give that validation,
Yes.
then I'll just like implode on myself. So I don't book any shows. I don't do anything that would help you.
Right. So you're
so
not
that
like
I can like be mentally okay.
you're not getting booked so that they get booked here, kind of a
Right.
thing. Right.
Right.
Whereas
Or-
a lot of club owners do that.
Yeah, but everybody does hate them.
Yes, true.
And I've seen that. I go, well, I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
So I've just been trying as hard as I can to not be that guy. But no, it's not a secret. I just
Right.
don't like to use it.
So you didn't know that he owned the Creek and the Cave, but
Nope.
lucky
And then we
you.
invited him to Rebecca's birthday party on the pool, and we did
Yeah.
the little shrooms, and he started chasing me around at the pool. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? We should have a podcast.
Yeah, and then we were like, let's start a podcast, and we started this podcast like before this room even started, and like we're doing it with like mics and in my studio apartment, and
Wow.
it was great, and then
and it's really funny. You guys are so
Thank
funny.
Oh, that's so nice of you. And so it's been like 2 years later, so it's been great.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything works out.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And that you guys are both sober still.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Were you sober when
Huh?
when you did the show?
What year was that?
We've had a couple of
I don't know.
relapses.
I think it was
Sounds like-
2021. Right, but not with cocaine. So
Yeah.
nobody thinks of it as a relapse.
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah.
And no one's had any problems with it. And that's why I'm not allowed to drink anymore.
Right. But you weren't drinking then.
I don't think so. no.
I don't even know why I care. I just didn't know.
I don't think I was.
Yeah.
I don't think I was. I probably talked to you about being sober.
I don't
When
think
I
so.
first got out of rehab, I was telling everybody.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
It is very nice when you first get sober. You're kind of like, I don't know. I see that you're struggling with a problem. I used to struggle, and now I'm okay. So if you want to
Right.
hear, if you need any help,
Right.
I told him to go to AA.
oh yeah, he was like, go to AA, and I was like, oh, like, do you go to AA? He was like, no. I was like, okay, fuck off.
Well, Rich is sober
Yeah.
30 some years,
Wow.
and he does he goes to meetings like twice a week, and I
It's
think he does
community.
Zoom stuff too. In addition,
Oh wow.
yeah, I think he's lonely. It's my fault. It comes back to me again. I gotta talk to him more.
You should do this segment for him. Do you want to ask
Yeah.
me any questions? Any questions for us? He goes, no, why?
No.
Never mind, I tried. Well, our last segment.
Our last segment is kind of like this is what the whole podcast is built around,
Mhm.
which is, if you were a gay man, would
Yes.
you rather have sex with me or Colton?
Oh my
And
God, I have to answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is we ask everybody.
And
this.
if you could throw in a Y too,
In a
that would
Y.
be
Oh
helpful.
my God, this is horrible. I hate it. Well, I see pros and cons to both of you.
Of course.
Do people answer this?
Every single guest.
single episode.
Uh.
One of them said, "I'm not going to answer. I'm going to kiss you."
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
That was
was
crazy.
Cam.
But these are all men.
And women too.
Oh, women are saying it too.
Yeah.
We usually with women we start. What kind of gay guy would you be?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what kind of gay guy would I be?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say mean.
Sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of survived AIDS.
Yes.
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 I did.
I cured it with meditation.
And a nicotine patch.
Yeah. I can't believe how stressed out this is making me. Right now. I know you guys don't care. I'll say Dylan.
Okay. But don't just say it because I'm a big fan.
Because what?
I said because I'm a big fan.
You think I'm funny.
Yeah.
You know my thing.
That is true. Oh, that's great.
For the record, I mean, I'm not trying to jump in, but I also think I'm not trying
we can work on a train or something.
You're not a gay man, so
once
it's fine.
again, it's always, if we love the question, we always end up hurting our feelings because we do make people say why so often, and it's because then they end up hurting us because then they're like, well, some of them really love telling us why. They're like, well, they go, I am more sexually attracted to Colton.
Right.
I go, yeah. They go, but they go, I don't like his personality.
Yeah.
So for a while they
I
kept
go-
being like, I would, if it was just sex and I could just fuck him, Colton.
Right.
But if I had to hang out with them, Dylan, which
my
just
God.
triggers both of our insecurities. Where it's like,
Right,
I'm
of
ugly
course,
but fun to be
horrible.
around, and he's hot, but
Yes,
everybody hates him.
Yeah. But you know, we kept the segment in.
Yeah, we keep the segment
It's
in.
so wild.
Yeah, where can people find you?
Just my Instagram, Bonnie McFarlane, and I don't have a website, and I don't really try that.
And she has a great book called "You're Better Than Me."
Yeah.
Read that.
Thank
If you
it's
don't
very
need-
good.
if you can't read, she does narrate it on Audible, so you can
That's
find
right.
it there.
And did you change the name of your podcast?
Yes, now we're doing it's called For Worse, because before we just did it Rich and I,
Yeah.
and it was called My Wife Hates Me, so I could never use it as a credit because then you had to go on stage and be like, oh, I'm the wife.
I'm not a lesbian.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. And it was like the way I dress. I mean, it just all was like too much. And so, and now we do it at the Comedy Cellar Studios,
Oh,
and we
cool.
interview people. So if you guys ever come through,
Yeah, absolutely. Very
definitely.
cool. All right, and Colton.
Oh, I'm at Colton Dowling. Wait, is that what you wanted?
Yeah, was that, or yeah.
Oh, okay, and you can find Dylan P. Carlino, Jimmy Clifford. And if you guys haven't checked out our Patreon, check it out. We
Sign up
have
for the
some cool
Patreon
things.
pegs, and please, we call our fans the pegs, and they love it.
Oh,
And
that's kind of perfect.
yeah.
Right.
Wait, why?
Yeah. Say why.
Wait,
who-
say why?
and
Is it
which
'cause
one?
wait, say
I'll take
It's like, explain yourself, and it's too late. You've already broken my
So
heart.
wait, is it because of my body? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's crazy, Bonnie. Wow, was a fan, Bonnie, and now look at you.
Okay.
I was so close to getting out of this.
Great. So follow me at Dylan P. Carlino. But guys, comment on the YouTube as well. It really helps the algorithm. And follow at Jimmy and send Jimmy well wishes as his wife's about to have a baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very
Your
much.
first one?
First one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy goes, she won't let me have another one for like 3 years.
Yeah.
No. What happens is once you have a baby, the oxytocin goes crazy in a woman's body, just even holding her newborn. And so right in those first 2 weeks after, they want to have another one. It's like a drug. So,
Hold out hope.
So it's like addiction.
So make her sign something. It is an addiction.
It's just like cocaine.
That's why women have so many babies, because it's like an actual fucking addiction.
My brother just had a baby, and she's like, I'll never have another one that hurts so bad.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it hurts that bad, but I. Everyone's so fucking dramatic.
Oh
Okay?
my God.
Your brother's wife is
For
a
a century.
Just push, bitch. Okay. Thank you so much for doing the podcast, Bonnie. We
Thank you
appreciate
guys.
it.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
So, this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is bad. Some of this is
Here to drag out whores.
No.